In a previous video, we went over things that Ubisoft said they changed with the recent update and some things that were working differently or are not in the game yet. But as you may have noticed, there were also many secret changes that they did not tell us about in the patch notes. Like, quite a ton actually. So in this video, I want to highlight some very interesting things that are now nerfed or removed with patch 1.04. If you like that, then a like on the video would really help me out. And let's go. You can enter my third weekly Helix credit pack giveaway by clicking the link in the pinned comment for a chance to win and by being a subscriber of this channel before you enter, and I will reach out to the winner via the email. Let's start with something that you might have figured out the hard way, namely that doing the heavy attack to remove your fall damage before you hit the ground doesn't work anymore. Now you will still die or just take the decreased damage from the breakfall skill, making that skill way more important now, so totally get it over here in the skill line if you haven't already. So I also showed you a pause tactic before hitting the ground, and that actually still works. The timing is more important now though, so you really gotta hit the pause menu before Eivor is close to hitting the ground. And good to note is that if the fall would kill you, even with the breakfall skill, then the pause tactic doesn't work. It only works if you would have survived the fall anyways, but now you then take 0 damage instead of some damage after the decrease from the break fall. I'm gonna miss the heavy attack tactic for sure, fall damage actually kinda sucks in a game, especially with a ton of mountains. There are also some interesting things going on with the Zealots. A really nice change is that you can now spot them from further away. It was first 300 meters, but now I already saw the icon appear way before that. And another big change is that they will now always show on the map. Even when you're completely zooming out. Meaning that if you spot a Zealot once, you will now always see where they are. And that's pretty great, because at one point in the game you want to be hunting those Zealots to get the medallions to complete the order menu. Also in the update video I talked about how sleeping darts should now work on Zealots. At least this is what was noted in the patch notes, but now Ubisoft changed it, saying that they addressed an issue where hitting a Zealot's last weak point wasn't allowing players to stun attack. So they do not mention the sleeping darts anymore, but I also tried it with the Thorn of Slumber. Hitting the final weak point of a Zealot will still bring them on their knees so you can do a stun attack. But yeah, not sure why it would do that, because a regular arrow would cause the same effect. So yeah, still not a reason to use the Thorn of Slumber on a Zealot period. You can use a sleeping dart on a Zealot when out of combat though, then they will just fall down and can be stumped, but of course not assassinated. So that works, but I still don't see a reason why you would do that. But there's something way more impactful going on here, and that has to do with the Thorn of Slumber ability that has been significantly nerfed. For one, killing enemies after putting them to sleep doesn't give you that full adrenaline bar anymore, just a real small bit. So that familiar tactic where you could put one enemy to sleep, run up to him, kill him, get 1 adrenaline back, so you could do the tactic over and over again, doesn't work anymore. And to be fair, I'm fine with that. It was way too powerful. You could easily skip the most powerful enemies. It really felt like a cheat tactic. I still used it from time to time, but it would kinda break the game, so I get why they changed it. But if you still like a tactic like this, then you can always use the feign death ability. On level 2 you will namely fall down and then assassinate every enemy that is close by, also instantly killing them if you have the advanced assassination unlocked. And then you will still get your full adrenaline bar back. Maybe they will change it in the future that you do not get 1 adrenaline bar back, but for the time being you can use this tactic, and there is a cooldown on the ability, so that is the downside. But again, overall it's really nice to use. You can find the first ability if you don't have it yet. I already showed you this in a previous video as well, but it's over here on the map in Gloucestershire. And the other book is in Oxenfordshire, so a lower level power region. You can also get this one first, of course. It's over here on the map. And to be fair, Thorn of Slumber is not completely useless right now. On regular enemies it still works, so you can instantly take them out after putting them to sleep. although you will of course not get the same adrenaline back. It's quite different for tougher enemies though, with multiple stun bars or more health. They will simply ignore the effect if you hit them directly. So now there is some skill involved, because if you hit the Thorn of Slumber on the ground, so the enemy gets hit by the purple cloud that appears, then they will still be put to sleep. So they can still run up to them and instantly kill them or perform the advanced assassination. But it doesn't work all the time. The housecarl enemies with the 2 swords that you encounter later on in the game will just be stunned, but I could not do an assassination, weirdly enough. Feign Death though does work on them. There was actually an ability buffed as well, so I want to touch on that in a second. But first, because the sort of sleep cloud is way more important now, I want to tell you how to get number 1 of the Thorn of Slumber. You namely get that over here on the map in Norway, as I also showed you before in a previous video. And to get number 2, to actually have the cloud appear, you want to go to Kent over here on the map in the right corner. So yes, like I said, they actually buffed an ability as well, the Poison and Fire Strike, that you get for giving medallions to items. So by killing Order members and Zealots, you need 10 for both abilities. And I want to thank Seth for noting this secret change in the comments of my recent video. Of course, if you found something, let me know in the comments as well, or via the input@jorraptor.com email address. Because first, when using the Fire Strike or Poison Strike ability, it would only appear on your main hand weapon. But now, after the update, you actually have the effect on both. And this doesn't only look way cooler, but it should make it more powerful as well, and just easier to build up the status effect. And overall, like, fire and poison are maybe a little too strong in this game, so totally use it if you did not already. You could first, with 2 two-handed axes, open a barred door, as you see right here, but Ubisoft now fixed it, like you can try the heavy attack all you want, but you won't, like, clip through and then break the lock on the other side. As I said though in my previous video, you can still use the Dive of the Valkyries rank 2 to open these doors and skip the puzzle, although I'm sure that will be changed later on as well. Really weird, but many people noted this as well. There's a new wealth icon added in East Anglia, so if you already completed all the wealth in the region, then you suddenly got an extra wealth to collect. And it should actually be in Dunwick, at least it was for us the case. So if you want to get all the wealth again, go there and kill the Warbringer who is carrying an ingot. And there's actually also an extra wealth added to Vinland that I will not show you for spoiler reasons. It was bugged though for us, so we could not grab it. And thanks Richard and everyone else who reached out with things they found after the update. If you got some things that I haven't noted here in the video, then totally let me know in the comments down below. Or you can also join the Discord via the link in the pinned comment. I know there are still some other things, but there was too much for one video, so I will likely talk about that very, very soon. Regarding a particular shield, for example. Subscribe to be up to date on everything Valhalla. If you haven't already, a like on the video would really help me out. And totally check out the in-depth video on update 1.04 with everything that Ubisoft said they fixed. Again, there's more going on with the update that I will touch on very soon. For now though, I will speak to you next time and goodbye.